This podcast contains strong language and adult situations and may not be suitable for those who are easily offended. Welcome, fuckers. I'm Kay.
And I'm Jay.
And you're listening to the Fuck My Work Life podcast, where the work stories are real, the laughs are large, and most of us can agree, work sucks. So let's clock out and tune in.
Welcome back, podcast, everybody fuckers, for the casting of the pod.
Hi.
Welcome back, fuckers.
Hello, fuckers. Happy Wednesday if you're
We're
listening
back.
to this on the day that this comes out.
Happy Turkey Day.
Yeah, so this is coming out the day before Thanksgiving. So if that's something you celebrate, have a nice day.
Yes.
Have a nice day with family or whatever it is you do.
What are you thankful for, Kay?
Don't ask. Don't put me on the spot. I don't know.
All right, fine.
I'm thankful for my health and my friends and my family.
I am thankful for my wife and my
wife.
cats. My wife. She is number 4 prostitute.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
And my kitties and my puppy.
Yeah. The babies. The little butthole babies that is staring at us right now from the stairs. We're being
I have
judged.
a feeling we're going to have a few visitors.
He's going to tell us what he's thankful for at some point during this recording.
Yeah. Or he's going to tell us to fuck off 20 times.
It's going to be both, I feel like.
I think we're going to have some twinkle toes in this episode.
Yeah, whatever. I feel like last week's episode was kind of our thankful episode. You know, it was good things, companies doing good things, people that had work wins. It was a positive, thankful episode.
Yeah.
But this week,
fuck that shit.
We're going back to our roots.
That's right.
The bitching, the moaning, the shit that I think people really want to hear about.
Oh, I bet.
So that's what we're going to be talking about this week. Those real shitty workplace stories. But before we get into all of that, we got a little housekeeping. So shout out to our patrons.
Our Patreon members.
Yeah, we've got DM.
We have Ken and Maria B.
Yep. And Dan P. Thank you guys for continuing to support us on Patreon. If you want to become Patreon members, you can do that for just $5 a month.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Give it to us.
Yeah, or not. It's fine. We'll still bring you free shit. And if you have a crazy or funny or weird holiday party story, we want to hear that. We're going to do an episode on funny things that happened at holiday parties. Work holiday parties, I should specify.
Yes.
It didn't have to happen to you either. If you just know something weird that happened, let us know. I think that's it for housekeeping, though. Do you have anything?
I don't think I have anything as far as housekeeping goes.
All right. So you want to talk about alcohol?
Sure. I mean, why else do we do this podcast?
We drink.
Because we work.
What you got there, Jay?
I have got the
poor man's Moscow Mule.
Yeah, the poor man's Moscow Mule, the ghetto mule. Yeah. It's basic, a Moscow Mule is vodka, ginger beer, and
bitters, I think.
Is it
normally?
Bitters and lime juice or something? This is just vodka and ginger ale.
Yeah.
No bitters, no lime juice.
No fancy copper mug.
No, it's a Stein.
Yeah.
I forgot when I went to the store, I was like, I don't really want beer. I was pretty sure we were going to record today, but I was like, I don't want beer. I kind of took some time off from hard liquor, and it's not like I'm not still taking time off. I just wanted something other than beer.
Yeah.
So I got some vodka, but I completely forgot that ice in the glass annoys the shit out of Kay when we're recording. Yeah. So we're probably going to be at each other's throats by the end of this episode.
All right. And on that positive note, not just the ice, but the...
I could drink it from a straw.
No, I don't think we have. Oh, we do have straws. It's fine. Whatever. Do you want to know what I'm drinking?
What are you drinking, Kay?
I also did not have beer. I mean, I actually bought beer this morning, but I bought beers for our holiday beer reviews that we do on
on
TikTok. So we're not drinking those yet. And I had one Cutwater Ranch Water watermelon flavor hiding in the fridge. So that's what I'm drinking. And
there it is.
Ghost telling us what he's thankful for. Hey, why don't you shut your face hole? So that's what I'm having. I'm probably not going to drink much because I got to do some errands after this. That's what we're drinking. If you want to share what you're drinking, you can hashtag we drink because we work.
And tag us so we can see it.
Yeah. FMWL pod.
At FMWL pod.
You can do that on, Facebook, but we probably won't see it. Instagram, we will see it. Twitter, if it's still around, we'll see it. But we'll see how that whole situation goes. Keeping on the alcohol theme.
Yes.
So we went to Colorado Springs recently to visit family.
We did.
Had a really nice time. We got
so much fun.
Got a dusting of snow.
Yeah.
We made a little Thanksgiving meal, pre-Thanksgiving celebration meal, really which was really good. Cooked for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
It was good though.
And we wanted to check out some local breweries there. We only ended up making it to one, which was fine. Like most of the vacation was chill, which was perfect. But we made it out to one called Batch Slapped.
Yeah.
In Colorado Springs. And they're pretty new. They have a cute little tasting room. They had a really nice variety of beers. We tried, they had like a Hatch chili beer, which I feel like we're always looking for a spicy beer.
Yeah. It wasn't spicy though.
I thought
like a little kick, like
at
after kick.
Yeah.
At the end.
But that's what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just like it.
You wanted it spicy the whole
my
time.
fucking face on fire.
But it tasted like a Hatch chili. Like it was good.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. And then I tried, they had some sort of stout. I can't remember. Oh no, we wanted the chili chocolate stout, but they were sold out of it. But they had like this cashew based beer that was really, really good. And yeah, they were really super friendly and they're just trying to get their business off the ground out there in Colorado Springs. So if you are in that area, go check out Batch Slapped.
They had good beers. And the ambient, what I liked the best about it was you went in and there was music playing, but it was like 90s music, 90s, early 2000s, like
grunge,
alternative grunge kind of music. It was good. It was a really good atmosphere there.
Got a fireplace.
Yeah, they had a fireplace. They had little tables. They had a bar.
Games,
it was pretty cool.
I know they're doing trivia nights there and stuff and looking for more kind of events to hold there. So yeah, go check them out. That's Batch Slapped. I love the name too.
I know. Batch Slapped. Fuck this. I'm getting a straw.
All right. So before we get into our workplace stories, let's talk about our weekly distractions.
Let's talk about that.
Let's sit down and talk about that for a minute. Do you want to go first or do you want me to? Jay is now bending over. He got a large straw for his drink.
I got the biggest straw I could find in the drawer.
He was bending over to drink out of his glass.
Whatever. It solves the ice issue. I don't,
Just till you get to the bottom and it's like.
I won't do that.
So do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first. What's your weekly distraction?
So my weekly distraction is, our company pays for us 8 hours a year to go do volunteer work. So you can find some place to volunteer and you get paid for it for 8 hours. And last Friday, me and my fellow team members and some other people from our company signed up to volunteer at our local food bank. And I honestly had no idea what to expect. Like I know what food banks do, but I didn't know what we would be doing. And we show up and it's this nice, huge warehouse facility. And they played us a little video before we got started. And I got teary-eyed in the video because it was, people think food bank, it's mostly homeless people, but especially in San Diego, where most people who have jobs still can't afford to live. It's families that are just trying to feed their families and children who count on school for their free lunches and don't have food on the weekend. And so this place, really sad. It is really sad. And this San Diego Food Bank distributes like hundreds of thousands of pounds of food throughout the year. And basically, like, it's crazy. So our volunteer job, they had these huge pallets of vegetables, and we just bag them up into certain amounts. So the people, like, because a lot of times because of COVID, they're just doing drive-through. So they just hand them a bag of potatoes or a bag of zucchinis. And of course, being Thanksgiving week, there's like a huge push, to get a bunch of food out to these families in need. And it was crazy to me because we were just asking questions as we were going along. And my job was bagging up zucchinis. And it's like these beautiful zucchinis, it's all California grown vegetables. And we were asking, we're like, well, like, are these just donated? Like, how do you get this food? And she's like, oh, this is not the grade A produce that makes it to the grocery store. Like, this is the stuff that grocery stores reject. And it was like the most beautiful produce I have ever fucking seen. And I'm like, that's insane. Like, I'm glad it's going to a good cause, but it's so
and not just
crazy that like this was not good enough for a grocery store. And another thing I liked, because you're kind of doing quality control at the same time, like if something's broken open or rotten or something like that, you just throw it in this big bin, and all of that food goes to local farmers to feed like their pigs and horses and stuff. So it's like nothing goes to waste. So it was just, we had a good time. They had disco playing in the warehouse, and there was a bunch of people just bagging up food, and it was really, really cool. And I want to go back and do it again.
Yeah. I think the next time you guys go back, I'm going to go with you.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't go this time because I'm a piece of shit. No, I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like.
Yeah, like my manager was like, hey, this would be a cool thing for like you guys to do together. And we were just like, okay, sure. Like not really thinking of it, but it was a really rewarding experience. And I definitely want to do it again, whether I'm getting paid to do it at work or not. So it was cool. That's my distraction.
Awesome. What's your distraction, Jay?
What's your distraction, Jay?
Well, my distraction is Thanksgiving or harvest. Anyway, mine is Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving because it's a time for
food.
Like, not just food. It's a time for everybody to get together and like cook food and eat food and then take food home and then eat food the next day and then more food. But
it's not about the food.
It's not about the food.
Okay.
It's about people coming together and the food.
Okay. What are you gonna do? What are you looking forward to this year?
I am going to smoke a couple turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a special stuffing.
Oh, is it gonna have weed in it? Weed stuffing?
Yeah, man. No, it's, you know what the special is. I'm just not telling anyone.
It's special for my people. What are you gonna put on your smoked turkey?
So I'm brining the turkey in like your regular brine, which is basically like seasonings, mostly salt and sugar and water. But I'm adding maple syrup and bourbon to it. So it's going to be a maple bourbon brine.
Mm-hmm. That's hard to say. Maple bourbon brine.
Maple bourbon brine. And then the seasoning that is going on it is a honey bacon barbecue seasoning.
Interesting.
So it's going to be a honey bacon maple bourbon turkey.
That's a lot of flavors.
Smoked. No. Because the brine puts some flavor into it, but the brine is mostly to
moisten it.
Yeah. So I'll get a little technical for people who don't know. Mm-hmm. When you brine poultry, when you brine anything, what you're doing is the salt and the sugar in the water, it opens up the proteins in the meat and allows more water to
So it makes it juicier.
Yeah, it just keeps it from drying out. And everyone knows, like, turkey, the worst thing on Thanksgiving is a lot of people, their turkey is fucking dry as hell.
Like the turkey from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, where you
cuts into it and just steam. Yeah, well, that'll be good.
Yeah, and last Thanksgiving, I brined a turkey. And remember, I brined those turkeys for Friendsgiving. And we took them to a friend's. And when I was checking the temperature of the turkey, when I pulled my meat thermometer out, juice squirted out of the turkey. When I pulled my meat thermometer out, juice squirted.
Yeah. Gross. So if you guys would like to share what's distracting you, you can hashtag weekly distraction and also tag FMWL pod so we see it.
That's right.
Zach said he was going to up his "we drink because we work" game because he said he's been slacking, so he's going to ruin his liver just for our
Okay.
our benefit.
Yeah, go for it. It's your liver, dude.
It's your liver, dude. I guess before we get into our stories, let's listen to a quick promo.
I'm Dan,
I'm Lou, and together we are Casting Views.
an uncle and nephew chatting on random topics, some heavy, some fun, but we aim to amuse.
Don't miss out, don't delay. Subscribe to Casting Views today.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and Good Pods.
This is Josh Scar from Talking Smack. You're unwinding after a long workday with J&K on Fuck My Work Life.
Okay. Do you got a story for us? Or do you want me to go first? You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Remember, this is true fuck my work life stories.
That's right. Okay. So this story comes from Reddit, and it comes from Sierra AU. Whatever.
Australia?
It could be. Sierra AU. I have so many horror stories from this one retail job when I was 18, 19. But my breaking point was when I was made the only manager for my entire shift, which meant when I had to take a meal, every time someone needed me, I had to clock back in and then clock back out when I was done and continue my meal. And it was one of the busiest sale days that we held every year.
Black Friday.
Probably.
That's a lot for an 18, 19-year-old to handle.
Yeah.
Like, for fuck's sake.
I was severely understaffed, and every time I needed to send someone on their break meant there was no one on the floor to put away try-ons and assist customers. Oh, so this is like
Clothing retail. Mhm.
Yeah.
I worked in clothing retail through one holiday season, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I would never do that. There ended up being a massive pile of go-backs at the fitting rooms that we quite literally needed a ladder to start stacking more on top.
Jesus, start putting that shit away, for fuck's sake.
They had no
No
one to
staff,
put it away.
yeah.
Like at
Just
that point,
hide inside the pile.
yeah,
of
at that
clothes.
point, just let people steal shit.
Right.
You know, like if they're gonna go back there with extra shit and only go back there with 6 things and only come out with 2, fucking let it happen.
Yeah.
You don't get paid enough to worry about people stealing shit. Anyway, when it finally got to closing time and I locked the door, I was so close to breaking down, and then our phone rang. It was the owner of our store calling me to absolutely berate me and scream at me at what a terrible job I was doing. Oh, fuck you.
Were they even there that day?
The fact that you're calling to tell someone they did a horrible job, fuck you, you weren't even there.
Yeah.
You're calling from your fucking lazy boy
Yeah.
saying, I'm watching the cameras, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Or I just looked at the sales quota for the day or whatever. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
I've never been yelled at like that by another person before. He told me I had to stay at the store and work however long overtime was needed for the entire store to be picked up and cleaned. I had to stay until 1 a.m. We closed at 9 p.m.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. I had to go to my first day back to college that next morning. Absolutely fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up working 13 hours that day. After classes, I went in and put my 2 weeks in.
Good.
I should have been more vocal about how poorly I was treated for something that wasn't even my fault. Anyway, fuck Plato's Closet. LOL.
Don't shop at Plato's Closet, everyone.
Do not shop there. And the owner is a prick.
He sucks balls. I've never even heard of that. I don't know if it's like a one-off. It must be a one-off and not a chain.
I wonder if it's in Australia.
Oh, could be.
Could be.
If AU stands for Australia. Maybe. You're going to Google it?
I am. I'm going to Maps app that motherfucker.
Hey, Siri, where's Plato's Closet?
Oh, no, it's a chain.
Oh, is it?
Look how many are around us.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of it.
I say we go light them some bitches on fire.
That's okay.
We'll do it, but cut that out.
I don't care that much about this story to set anything on fire.
Kay, do you have a story for us?
I don't know where this one comes from. So I'm just going to read it. This one's entitled Groomer. I hope it means pet groomer and not groomer of people.
Young children.
Yeah. Women and young children. Okay. I was a groomer for a year. Worst job ever. Fuck my life. I recently just switched jobs from a dog groomer to a restaurant front of house, and holy shit, it was like leaving an abusive relationship. Quite literally, honestly, I've been injured several times by idiots, untrained assholes. I blame my dislike of dogs on the morons who don't train or take good care of their dogs, not the dogs themselves, 90% of the time. My parents had two who hated each other and would fight constantly, and I was collateral damage as a toddler when they decided to go at each other one day and they ripped apart my nose. Jesus Christ! That's intense.
What?
So the parents had two dogs that hated each other and would fight a lot, and when this person was a toddler, got in between the two dogs fighting and got their nose torn up.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I misheard something. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, you're telling us a therapy story. I thought her parents.
Oh, ripped her nose apart.
I thought she got caught in the crossfire of her parents.
No, the dogs.
I gotcha.
Hated dogs all my life until I decided I'd give grooming a try. Why?
Did you meet like a really sweet puppy and you were like, I'm going to be a groomer?
You know what? I really hate dogs, but I'm going to choose to work with them.
Even though my nose is on the side of my face from one, I'm going to go bathe them and clip their claws.
All right. So decided to give grooming a try and put up with them to move up to working with cats. Honey, cats are great, but grooming cats are probably going to be worse than grooming dogs. All right. I quickly learned it's genuinely not their fault most of the time, and that dog owners are just some of the most lazy, brain-dead pieces of shit in the world. I mean, humans. It's not even the occasional shit customer. It was more common our customers were shit owners than good owners. I started to feel for them, and I still do care for their well-being. I don't like them, but wouldn't wish harm on them. Okay? I've had to put up with nasty Shih Tzus literally crawling with the fattest fleas I've ever seen hidden under their matted fur, golden doodles being untrained and filthy because they're a status symbol owned by the rich old women where I live, and pit bulls. Pit bulls were on average one of the best breeds I worked with. They're easy to bathe and usually well behaved, and most pits we had were trained well. But on the off chance one wasn't trained, holy shit. I wrecked a tendon in my arm and couldn't feel my finger for weeks because one in particular pit would literally rather hang himself on the table loop than get his nails trimmed, and he body slammed my arm against the pole of the table. Look up grooming tables to see visually what I mean. Yeah, they're like tall tables with the pole
and the leash, yeah.
Boss told me we normally don't have problems with that dog and refused to help even after he injured me and almost injured himself by flinging himself off the table several times and damn near choking himself to death. Fuck you, Sydney. I guess that's the dog's name. That's intense. I've had dogs act normal and then suddenly go ape mode and put a hole in my hand for the owner just to say, yeah, he's silly like that. No, I'm sorry. You could probably sue that owner.
Yeah.
Silly isn't the word I'd use. My hand was infected despite my efforts of keeping it clean because I had to wipe up soggy shit and anal gland gunk every 45 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fucking A.
Yeah, this is seriously fuck your work life. Dog owners are fucking insane, and the amount of unvaccinated dogs I saw on the regular is horrifying. It's interesting. A lot of groomers won't do it without vaccination records. Yeah. I almost had to call the police on a customer who started screaming at me and accusing me of calling her an animal abuser because I turned her unvaccinated dog away. We legally cannot take unvaccinated dogs. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I found out my old boss isn't too good at checking those vax records. Your boss sounds like a douche. Shortly before I left, an entire wing of the building where dozens of dogs were boarding had a breakout of Portobello mushrooms. They were growing everywhere. Dogs were coughing relentlessly and a few had bloody vomit. I had to skirt past my cats and throw everything in the washer and take a shower before touching them every day to try to avoid getting them sick. Luckily, they didn't catch Bordetella, but they did sadly get fleas from work. Ugh.
Yeah.
Give them some pills. Dog owners need a fucking permit to own any animals. Yes, and to have children. Dogs should need the same hoops to jump through to adopt as human children because I'm tired of seeing people hurt their animals by neglecting their coat, nails, and teeth. Training should be a requirement, not an option. Why the hell is it an option? So many problems dogs cause would vanish if dog owners weren't such horrendous fucks. Never ever go into dog grooming. Corporate is greedy with commission if you even get to it to begin with, and the work is extremely hard on your body. I have a hernia now that may need surgery because it still hasn't healed from lifting overweight fat-ass dogs to be fed to death by their idiot parents. My back is wrecked and I still have minor nerve damage in my hand from that pit bull. Seriously, fuck dog owners and fuck the greedy lard boomers running salons. Wow.
Boom shakalaka.
Damn. You know.
So you think she'll go back to dog grooming?
I mean, I think
Maybe.
she or he, I don't know who wrote this. I think they probably shouldn't have chosen that job already hating dogs, but I get the dog owner thing. We see dog owners in our neighborhood here
all the time,
a lot that are just pieces of shit. And yeah, hey, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, dogs are amazing animals, but they have to be trained correctly.
Yeah.
You can't just assume they're going to be good because you want them to be. So
what?
I know, right?
I can't just tell them be good.
No. Thank you for that story. That was intense. You got another one for us, Jay?
I do. This one's somewhat short, and it comes from 990-9.
Okay.
So 999.
Creative. Mm-hmm.
Very creative. Me, a trainee, and another trainee got left alone for the whole of a Saturday afternoon, and we hadn't worked all that much, so we didn't know how to make a lot of drinks. Oh, Jesus Christ. So they were like bartenders or something.
Or like Jamba Juice or some shit.
Customers started getting angry. We were understaffed, and we had to call customer service to come help us with the register as we tried to figure out how to make certain drinks. We were also constantly running out of stuff, and we didn't know where any of it was. And we didn't have time to go to the back, so we had to improvise the whole afternoon. We had also gotten a new espresso machine, and it was my coworker's third day on the job. Oh,
Starbucks.
So Starbucks. So they didn't know how to fully use it and had been left alone from 7 to noon. It was a nightmare. Customers kept coming back irritated and telling us how we made their drinks wrong. And one lady cussed out my coworker for not adding something.
I asked for it extra hot.
Yeah, and that was the end. It was short.
No. Okay. Those Starbucks people, a family member works for Starbucks, and they were
very vocal about their experiences
with crazy customers and their goddamn coffee orders.
Yes.
This next one comes from Chaotic Raven, and it says, I am fed up with my coworkers. I decided to take a part-time job for the summer because why not? Things seemed to be fine at first, but now, after being there for a month, I've seen it all. I share my working space with 3 ladies and 1 gentleman, although I sometimes think I'm working with kids at a preschool. Not only do they complain nonstop about how work is slow and there is no progress, they repeat it over and over and over and over and over again, which is not fully true. What they can't seem to fully understand is that we are understaffed, so it's only natural that some of the work will fall behind. It's not that I am absolutely fine with the working conditions, not at all, as I usually stay overtime just so work can go smoothly the day after. I'm not obliged to, nor do I get paid extra for the hours I stay, but I'm literally trapped in a place with workaholics, and I don't want to hear complaints or jokes about me leaving work early, as these ladies are a clique, and they can just tell the boss to fire me for misbehaving. The boss itself won't leave the shop unless he is done for good. Behind my back, they have said a lot of things like, why do I spend my lunch break at a different area? They have blamed me for mistakes that I haven't done, obviously while I wasn't present, so I couldn't defend myself. They have me as an errand boy. I get them food, I deliver work-related items and stuff, which...
Farm boy.
Yeah, fetch me that picture. Which I'll happily do. I wish that was my actual job, instead of spending 8 hours of my day in a room full of gossiping ladies that only talk shit for everything and everyone while not bothering to understand nor find out the reason behind someone's actions. I have been wearing headphones there since day one, and even that won't stop my head and anger from blasting. I have also recorded them just to see what they would tell me after we had a very light argument. These past few weeks, they have seriously got on my nerves. I am barely holding my anger in. You know those farts you quietly do in a room with a lot of silence, where you only let out a very small percent where you only let a very small percent of the gas come out? Yeah, that's exactly how my anger is blowing out.
I don't understand this.
No, I know you don't.
So she just lets like part of the fart out?
I don't know if it's a she, but yeah. The difference is it's only growing bigger and bigger. I respond to my name very coldly with bluntness, and I can be rude when responding to questions which are not work-related questions. I have lied through my teeth just so I wouldn't have to give them any actual information. I do, however, overshare at times, but that's because I'm being stupid. I'm thinking of either quitting or asking my boss to transfer me someplace else, although there is literally no space, but I won't be able to deal with them much longer. They have been there for 10 plus years, so even if I told them to shut up, I would be kicked in a millisecond. I do, however, need the money for some expenses. I'm not sure if I can find any alternatives. I'm actually very desperate at this point and feel like I'm at a dead end. My plan was to stay just for the summer, but I'm seriously thinking about quitting tomorrow or the day after. The end.
Little piece of advice, whoever this is. If you don't give a shit about that place so much,
Quit.
well, you can quit, but
Burn it down.
if you're worried about where you're going to go after you quit, you can always just tell one of those ladies what you think and get fired and collect unemployment.
But your employer can deny unemployment, can't they?
They can try to, but it has to be a very flagrant reason why you were fired.
Okay.
So this story comes from Quail Dole 6557.
Mm-hmm.
And it's named, seems like seniority does not matter. I've been working...
Word.
I've been working for a manufacturing company for close to 5 years now. And I remember when I got hired, they offered me $16 an hour since I had no experience. So as the years went by, I only got 2 raises of about 70 cents each, which the first time it bumped me up to $16.70, the next raise bumped me up to $17.40. So I realized in my 4th year of being on time and never missing a day, unless I was sick or something came up.
Okay.
And not to mention my experience, I literally knew what I was doing really, really well.
Isn't that why most people miss days, though? Because they're sick or something comes up?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess he means he doesn't just like fuck off and be like, oh, I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally knew what I was doing really, really well. Wait for it. We deburr aluminum.
Is that where you just grind down the...
Yeah, like when they
When you
cut
weld
aluminum,
them?
there's like edges on it and you deburr it.
Like kind of file it down so it's smooth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was one of the top workers at that company.
Your deburring is the best deburring I've ever seen.
So one day, my little brother put his resume in and got a call 2 weeks later saying if he can go to the interview. Long story short, they offered him $19 an hour with no experience.
Damn.
While I'm over here training new people making $17.40.
Fuck that.
I asked my supervisor if I can talk to him about my pay, and he said, if you are looking for a raise, we cannot do that right now until the next quarter. So I waited and waited until one day he says, good news, I got you a 75-cent raise. I was upset and told him that new hires are getting paid way more than me, and he just shook his head and left.
Wow.
I'm now looking for a new job, unfortunately, because they do not see all the hard work I do as it seems. I had to get this off my chest. It just happened 1 week ago.
Yeah, that's some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I get that, pay rates go up and stuff, but you need to fucking adjust your other employees.
Also, the only comment is, damn, sorry, bud.
Yeah. Sucks, bro. I can't imagine that's a job that there's just a gazillion positions for that too. It sounds like a very specific type of warehouse or something.
Yeah.
Or I guess any sort of manufacturing, you could probably find a job like that, right?
Yeah.
Deburring aluminum. It would probably get old real fast. But some people like that just repetitive stuff, If you can put your headphones in and just do the same thing over and over again.
Stuff.
Just deburr all day long. Yeah, who knows? All right, that's it for our fuck my work life stories. They're pretty fuck my work lifey, I feel.
Yeah. I feel like they are.
And it's been a while, but we're down to our last 2 weirdest jobs by state.
We are.
Kind of sad. Boo. So, 2 left. I'll do the first one and you can do the last one. Yeah?
Sound like plan.
Sound like plan. Okay. So, the next penultimate is penultimate, like the one before the last.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The penultimate weirdest job by state is Wisconsin. Any guesses? Wisconsin? You just looked at it. You can't guess now.
Oh, you also told me.
Yeah. So their
cheese curd taster.
Fuck you. Yeah. Cheese curd taster. Wisconsin is known for its cheese industry. The state produces about half of all specialty cheese made in the United States. That's a lot of fucking cheese. So, of course, the state would be home to some unusual cheese-related jobs. Madison, Wisconsin-based Eat Street is hiring a curd nerd to travel across the state and find the best cheese curd. So is that like a magazine or like an online food thing? And they're just doing reviews for cheese curd? Curd nerd.
Curd nerd.
Hi, I'm a curd nerd.
No idea.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I guess if you're into cheese curds, it'd be the perfect job.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never had a cheese curd.
You wouldn't have to worry about shitting on your way home because
you won't be for days. Yeah. Interesting. So if you live in Wisconsin and you can think of a weirder job, let us know. You want to do the last one, Jay?
Yeah.
Our very last weirdest job by state?
So our last weirdest job by state is Wyoming. And their weirdest job is roof snow and ice clearer.
That's not weird.
Yeah, well, Wyoming is prone to major blizzards and heavy snowfalls that can put tremendous strain on roofs, causing damage and leaks or potentially worse. Snow and ice buildup clears in the state make sure this does not happen.
Okay. That's not weird at all, especially in a snowy state.
No.
Come on.
I'm curious what they do, though. Do they go up there with like a torch?
Maybe they just got a blowtorch and they're just like
well, one of those roofing torches, they're like big roofing torches, and they before they lay down the tar and the paper.
Well, it's got to go somewhere, right? If they're like clearing the shit off of roofs
into the yard.
I know, but then it's going to cover up the doors and the windows of the yard. So maybe they just melt it. Like if we live in a place where it snows, we should just get a blowtorch. Just
one of those big roofing torches.
Melt the shit. All right, Wyoming, if you're out there and you're listening, please give us a weirder job than that, because that one's real stupid.
Yeah, that's got it.
I get that it's important, but it's not weird.
No.
At all. Like
Not
what
at
else
all.
is there in Wyoming? There's probably like
snow,
cow shit analyzers,
or cow impregnators.
I think we've had that one, haven't we?
Probably
something like that. All right, that's it. Thanks,
That's
weirdest
it.
jobs by state, for giving us
Yeah.
content for a little while. And I guess that's it for this episode. If any of these stories have sparked a memory in you about a shitty work-life situation that you want to share,
Send it in.
send it in.
We are ready.
Yeah, we're ready and we're willing.
That's right.
And before we sign off, I just want to remind everybody to go listen to the Rewatch Recap. My friend Dustin started this to basically rewatch and recap TV shows. His first season was the MTV series Scream that he did with his friend Orlean. And the second season, I co-hosted, and we went through every episode of My So-Called Life. And he's currently in the middle of releasing those episodes. So go listen. We've been doing fun parody videos on TikTok for each episode that are ridiculously funny. So go follow and watch and listen to the Rewatch Recap. And on that note,
Bye, fuckers.
bye, fuckers. We love you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Harvest Day.
Happy-
Thanksgiving.
Happy Food and Family Day.
Happy Food and Family Day.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Fuck My Work Life podcast. If you enjoy the show, please consider leaving us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform. You can support the show by telling your friends or joining our Patreon. We also have some sweet Fuck My Work Life merch available over at Teespring. All links can be found in the show notes. Send your workplace stories to fmwlpod@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 310-818-3273. Be sure to follow us on all the socials at FMWL And remember to support indie podcasts. They work hard to bring you a variety of amazing content. Until next week, bye, fuckers. I don't know about you, but with a busy work schedule, I never have time to sit down and read. Luckily, there's Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up articles about the most trending topics on the web and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. You can browse articles from topics you choose and just start playing. Follow specific topics from sports, tech, business, science, or Bitcoin. Newsly will find you the latest articles and read them aloud. They even have digital radio. And do you want to know the best part? They have podcasts. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. And you can find our podcast, Fuck My Work Life, there too. Download and try Newsly for free by visiting www.newsly.me or clicking on the link in our show notes. And be sure to use promo code FWL for a 1-month free premium subscription. Stop scrolling and start listening with Newsly.